Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Inverness Raceway. Correct time of day showing on the board at 6:31, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is post time for the first. If you want to check your program, we'll go over the changes for this evening's card of racing. Race number 1, condition field, they go for purse 1100. And the entries are going as programmed. Over to race number 2, first and the early daily double. Number 6, Lion Swift. Equipment change. He goes from a closed to an open bridle and a hood with caps. Over to race number 3, second and the early double. Number 1, JG's Fireball has a 2-ring martingale at it this evening. A 2-ring martingale at it. Number 4, Classic Smiley, is scratched by the judges. 4, Classic Smiley in the third, scratched by the judges. Over to race number 4, Poplar Artie. Equipment change, off at the cheek rolls, and it goes to an open bridle. Note the last line for Poplar Artie, he was scratched sick. Over to race number 5, number 1, Makes Me Stupid. Take him out, he's sick this evening. Makes Me Stupid, a scratch 6 in the 5th. That'll bring us over to race number 6, number 1, Bet on Lucas. Equipment change, off with the hood with cups, and he goes to an open eye blind bridle. Race number 7, first in the late double. It goes as programmed. Over to race number 8, number 2, Windermere Best Man. His last line, he was scratch sick. And number 4, What's Up, Doc? He goes from a closed to an open and a hood with caps. Our feature on this evening's card of racing, it's the winners over in race number 8. They go for purse $2,000. East Coast Invader. His first win in 15 starts this year, 58 4/5 from Monica Sutherland. And East Coast Invader has drawn the rail. Windermere Best Man is back to the races, and Danny Gillis at a 2. Betty White and Zach Mullins from post 3. What's Up, Doc? Redmond Doucette, Shergain, and Rodney Gillis round out the field of 5. Winners over for 2,000. 6:33, correct time of day, 7 o'clock. It's our post time. Once again, the entry is going as programmed here in the first over the race number 2, first and the double. Equipment change on the 6 Lion Swift goes from closed to an open and a hood with caps. Over the race number 3, second and the double. Number 1, JG's Fireball puts on a 2-ring Martingale. Number 4, Classic Smiley in the third. Take him out, he scratched by the judges. 6:46, correct time of day showing on the board. 7 o'clock is post time. At approximately 6:52, the entries that make their way from the paddock area on towards post parade. The entries for the first are moving on the backside. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the first condition field. They go for purse 1100 on the rail. I'm a Lot, 2-year-old Penn Sway. Owned, bred, trained, and driven, Mr. Charles Frazier, 2 Galway Bay. Owned, trained, and driven by Monica Sutherland. Up in post 3, it's DC Frisco, an 8-year-old Force of Life. Owned, bred, and trained by Sean McDonald. In the sulky, it's Mr. Ross McGinnis. The 4 is P.A. Ava, a 3-year-old Shadow Play, on with the G.G. Stone and Max Stable, Bernie McDonald conditions. Rodney Gillis is up. Next on post, the 6, Filthy Phil. Lennon Isaac does the training for owner-driver, Mr. Redmond Doucette. Field at 6. Here in the first, Exacta Triac win place and show wagering. 7 o'clock is post time. We're down to 5 minutes now. 5 minutes on post time. Here for the first. And the last on post parade is the 5 Bella Frisco, 6-year-old Pan Sway, homebred, trained, and driven, Mr. Sean McDonald. Field of 6 here in the first. We're down to 4 minutes at the windows. The entries have completed their second and final score. And we're down to 2 minutes now, 2 to go. It's your last chance at the windows. The entries have been called to the gate. The entries for the first in the hands of your starter. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the first condition field. They go for purse 1100. I'm a lot. On the rail and Charles Fraser, Galway Bay. Monica Sutherland, DC Frisco, Ross McGuinness, PA Alpha. Rodney Gillis, Bella Frisco, Sean McDonald, and Filthy Phil. At a Redmond, Dukesat. Field of 6. Come to the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. 8- card on tap here this evening. They're all for the racing in Galway Bay. Heads out for the lead, second on the outside, that is DC Frisco. Third in the extreme outside, that is Filthy Phil. Into the turn now, and Filthy Phil comes away from the lead. Galway Bay, second on the run here. Third, that is DC Frisco. Up in 4, it's Bella Frisco. From 5, I'm a lot in the backfield. That's PA Ava. On past that opening quarter now, and Filthy Phil and Redmond Dusat. He's up front on the lead. He's the public's choice at $2.90. Past that opening quarter, 29 2/5. On toward the half mile now, and Filthy Phil is up front. Second is Galway Bay, then go down another 5 lengths. We have Bella Frisco. Then I'm a lot to the 4. PA Ava is back in 5 in the backfield. That is DC Frisco. We're all past the half now, and Filthy Phil and Redmond Dusat. He's up front calling the shots a minute. 4/5 past the half mile. Galway Bay right there second. Third, it's Bella Frisco. From 4, I'm a lot, and PA Ava starts to get in gear at a 5. 3/4 up and coming now, and 3-year-old Filthy Phil up front by 2.5. Galway Bay a second, then up third. That is Bella Frisco. Up here in 4, that is PA Ava. 131 past 3/4. Off the top turn, gonna have a drive through the lane here. Filthy Phil has a challenger here on the outside. Here's Galway Bay and Monica Sutherland. PA Ava is coming. They're racing through the lanes here, and Galway Bay on the outside in the final strides up to win it for second. That is Filthy Phil up here for third. It's P.A. Ava. 2:01 1/5. Galway Bay and a maiden mark for Monica Sutherland. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle, 2-year-old by Pacing Gelding by Somewhere Fancy. And the Better's Delight Mare Frenzy. This horse was bred by Debbie Ramsey. At a Summerside, Prince Edward Island, owned, trained, and driven by Monica Sutherland. At a Port Hood, a maiden mark, 2:01 1/5. In the winner's enclosure, here's a 2-year-old Galway Bay. Unofficially, 2, 6, 4, and 5 showing on the board. Galway Bay, the winner. Filthy Phil was second. P.A. Alva third. Bella Frisco finished up 4. Special hello going out here this evening. A couple of friends of mine from high school up to visit and take in the races. Here at the Inverness Raceway, Bobby Matheson, living in British Columbia at the present time, and Mark Saunders. He's vacationing in Marguerite. I hope you bought that one, Bobby, in the first. And the first official, I'm a lot, was 5, Galway Bay. The winner, DC Frisco 6, P.A. Ava was 3. Bella Frisco 4, and Filthy Phil finished second. 29 and 2, Women and 4, 131 and 1, 201 and 1. Top the program, 5, 1, 6, 3, 4, then 2 on the bottom, 201 at 1/5. Galway Bay in a maiden mark. Across the board, 960, 260, and 210. The place to 6, Filthy Phil, 260 and 210. The show the 4, P.A. Ava, $3.80. 2-6 exact at $12 even. A 2, 6, and 4 triac combination. Over here in a race number 1, $42. And 80 cents. Up and coming in the second. Equipment change on the 6 Lion Swift. Closed to an open. And a hood with cups. Over in the third, 2 Ring Martingale on the 1 GG's Fireball. Number 4 Classic Smiley is scratched sick. Judge's scratch on the 4 Classic Smiley. Your officials for this evening's Cardiff Racing. Paddock judge is Linda Gillis. Starter is Mr. Sean Tobin. Your presiding judge, Mr. Danny Dowie. Associate judges, Mr. Danny McKinnon and Mr. Craig Mills. Thomas Burke is on photo finish. Brock McLean on photo patrol. Shannon McLean is our charter. Carter McDonald is our timer. Track manager is Megan McQuarrie. I'm Gordy McNeil, your track announcer. Entries here for the second. Moving down the backside. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the second. First in the early daily double, Quinella Triacta. Win place and show wagering. The Waters Bank of Dad, a 10-year-old by Well Said, owned, trained, and driven, Mr. Tim Gillis. Up here in post position 2, Sweet Success, a 7-year-old Sweet Lou, owned by Keegan McLean. Lennon McIsaac trains. Redmond do set up. Finer Things has Zach Mullins for Lily Watson. In 4, Premier Eras, owned, trained, and driven, Ross McGinnis. The 5, I See True Grit, owned by Melanie Patricia LeBlanc. Monica Sutherland up. In 6, Lion Swift, owned and driven by J.J. McDonald. Mr. Lanny Hanscombe does the training. Field of 6, first end, the early daily double. Down to 6 minutes on post, 6 to go. My selection here in the second, I went with the 4, Premier Eras, a 4-year-old Stay Hungry mare. One-time winner this year, 201 3/5, just got picked off in the last start. In the non-winners of 451, it's down the non-winners 301 here this evening. Ross McGinnis in the sulky. For second, I went to the 5, I See True Grit. Monica Sutherland gets the call from Melanie Patricia LeBlanc, the older trainer. No wins in 14 starts this year, but racing right around 2-1, 2-2. And for third, I went to the 3, Finer Thing, Zach Mullins for Lily Watson. Looking for the first win on the season. 4, 5, and 3. My call here in the second. It's your last chance at the windows. Favorite showing on the board at $6. That's the 4, Premier Eras. Auto trainer driver Ross McGinnis. Entries for the second in the hands of your starter. Entries for the second, moving on the stable turn condition field. Downwinners 301. They go for purse 1150. Bancadet on the rail and Timmy Gillis, Sweet Success, and Redmond Doucette, Finer Things. Zach Mullins, Premier Eras, Ross McGinnis, I See True Grit. Monica Sutherland, on the outside it's Lion Swift and J.J. McDonald. Field of six coming to the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. They're all on gate. Good start. Out off the gate and away, and Premier Eris on the far outside. In the middle, it's Sweet Success. At the rail, it's Bancadet. And the Premier Eris heads up front down the lead for Ross McGinnis. Sweet Success is second. Bancadet is driving up here third. Four on the outside, that is Lion Swift. At a five, it's Finer Things in the backfield. I See True Grit. Premier in right into Ross McGinnis. Up front, chopping out the fractions past that stable turn first time. And the opening quarter is 29 3/5. Driving second, Sweet Success. Third in at the rail, it's Bancadet. Up here, four on the outside. That's Lion Swift. And at the rail, of Finer Things. And on the outside, I See True Grit. We're passing the half. And Premier Eris is up front by four on the lead. Second, Sweet Success. Bancadet is third. Lion Swift. Four on the outside. Five on the outside. I See True Grit. And in six at the rail, that is Finer Things. 59 1/5 as Premier Eris opens up on the lead. He's up front by 10. Heading towards that three quarters, Lion Swift is second. I See a True Grit. He's pacing third on the outside. Finer Things is going to come from the back here. Heading towards that 7/8 turn. 129 2/5 past three quarters. Premier Eris has everything under control here. He's up front by 20 on the lead. Second here on the outside through the lanes. That is Finer Things. And they're pacing on through. Premier Eris comfortably here. Finer Things up for second. Here's Bancadet on the far outside. He's up for third. Premier Eris, 159 2/5 here in the second. Officially 4-3, 1-6. Premier Eris, the winner. Finer Things was second. Bancadet third. Lion Swift finished up 4-3, 1-6 unofficially. 159 2/5 here in the second. From the lower turn heading into the Denmark Acres. Winner Circle, a 4-year-old big pacing mare by Stay Hungry. And the Ponderosa mare, Premier Mirage. This horse was bred at the Premier and Associates Farm in Michigan. He's owned, trained, and driven by Ross McGinnis. Second win on the season, fourth win overall. 159 and 2/5, winning quite comfortably. Here is the 4, Premier Aris. And the second official, Bank of Dad, was 3. Sweet Success, 6. Finer Things was second. Premier Aris, the winner, I See True Grit, 5. And Lion Swift finished up 4. By the quarter, 29 and 3, 59 and 1, 129 and 2, 159. 2/5 topped the program, 362, 15. Then 4 on the bottom. 159 and 2/5, second win on the season. For the 4, Premier Ares, 360, 220, 240. The place, the 3, Finer Things, $5, 330. The show, the 1. Bank of Dad, $3.10. Quinella combination. 4 and 3 or 3 and 4. It come back $14.50. Track combination 4, 3 and 1. It returned track to backers $144.10. Up and coming in the third, the 1 GG's Fireball. Equipment change puts on a 2-ring Martingale. Number 4, Classic Smiley, is scratched by the judges. Our 50-50 on sale in the Parimutuel. The ladies are over in the paddock area selling those 50-50s. They're going to go down the backside down on Maple Street, heading back over here around race number 3. 50-50, 8-dash card here this evening. We'll draw upon completion of race number 7. Entries on the way, post parade here in the third. Take out the 4 Classic Smiley, scratched by the judges. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the third. Number 601 last 5, also eligible. $5,000 claiming. They go for purse $1,300. JG's Fireball, a 7-year-old Image of Dawn mare scoring on the rail. Motor trainer Gussie McLean in the sulky, Mr. Keegan Madden. Up in post 2, it's Dirty Bobby, a 5-year-old Pan Sway Andy Stewart. Shares ownership with the driver Redmond Doucette. Lennon McIsaac does the training. The 2 is Dirty Bobby. 3, Spuerto Fun, a 9-year-old Westporto Hanover owned by G.G. Stone and Max Stable. Danny Gillis in the sulky for trainer Bernie McDonald. The 4 is out, 5 cruising again. Well, by It Must Be Noon somewhere stable. DF for beaten trains, Rodney Gillis out. Last down post parade, here's the 6, Free Proof, an 11-year-old Classic Card Shark. By Route 19 Racing, Lewis McDonnell trains and drives. Field of 6, cut down to a field of 5. Exact Triacta in place and show wagering. They go to post in 5. And the favorite on the board at present time, it's 3. Eastward Old Fun and Danny Gillis for G.G. Stone and Max Stable. Bernie McDonald trains and Danny Gillis in the sulky. I went off the board a little bit here in the third. I went to the 1, JG's Fireball. I think if Keegan Madden can get him comfortably into that first turn, he's going to be tough to beat. He's a 2-time winner this year, 202 right here at the Inverness Raceway. He did make a break in his last start. And the start before that just picked off at the wire by Makes Me Stupid and a 5-horse finish. I went with kind of a long shot here in the third. JG's Fireball for second. I went to the 3. Eastward Old Fun. He's a 3-time winner in 59 and 2/5. This year he's owned by G.G. Stone and Max Stable. Got a Port Hood and Danny Gillis in the sulky. Up for third, I went to the 5, Cruising Again, 2-time winner here at the Inverness Raceway this year. 1, 3, and 5, my call here in the third. Entries have completed. Their second and final score. We're down to 2 now, 2 to go. The entries have been called to the gate. The entries for the third in the hands of your starter. Entries come to the top of the lane here in the third condition field. Diameter 601, also eligible. $5,000 claiming GG's Fireball and Keegan Madden, Dirty Bobby, Redmond Doucette, Eastward Fun, Danny Gillis. Cruising again and Rodney Gillis. And Free Proof. Lewis back to now. And the one, GG's Fireball, has been off stride. Dirty Bobby up front on the lead, driving second here. That is Eastward Fun. Third on the outside, it's Free Proof in 4 at the rail. Heading up the backside, that's Cruising again and back pacing in the backfield. That is JG's Fireball. On toward that opening quarter now, and Dirty Bobby. He's up front on the lead. Eastward Fun a second here, third on the outside after making that break. That's JG's Fireball and Keegan Madden. On towards 3/8 turn now. Dirty Bobby up front, 30 and 4. JG's Fireball on the outside, up for a long evening here. Third. That is Eastward Fun. Free Proof is 4, and then Cruising again on towards the half now. And Dirty Bobby in at the rail on the outside. JG's Fireball. Third, it's Eastward Fun. 4, Free Proof. And then Cruising again. Past that a half mile in a minute, and 1/5 up the backside, and the 3/4 up and coming now. Dirty Bobby under a snug hold. He plays with JG's Fireball. Second on the outside. Free Proof is thinking about going 3 deep. Heading towards that 3/4. In 4 at the rail, it's Eastward Fun and Cruising again. He's in the backfield, yet to be heard from, but he certainly will be heard from. Dirty Bobby, 131 and 2/5. He's up front. Here's Free Proof. Second on the outside, Cruising again's going to follow him. Eastward Fun. He's going to get through the middle here. Off the top turn through the lanes. Dirty Bobby brings him on home. Free Proof on the outside. And here is Eastward Fun in the final strides. Up to what it looked like Dirty Bobby for second. Free Proof is third. 201 and 1. Eastward Fun here in the third. Unofficially 3-2, 6 and 5, 3-2, 6 and 5. Eastward Old Fun. The winner, Dirty Bobby, was second. Free Proof third. Cruising again. Finished up 4, 3-2, 6 and 5. Unofficially here in the third. We remind you here in the third, there is a judge's inquiry. Judge's inquiry in to see whether all horses received a fair start. Unofficially from the lower turn, 9-year-old Brown Pacing Gelding by Westward Old Hanover. And the Matter of Money mare, the Fun in the Grim Matter. This horse was bred by John Lester McDonnell. Yet of Judic, he's owned by the G.G. Stone and Mac Stable. And a Port Hood, Bernie McDonald trains Danny Gillis. In the sulky through the middle, split the horses, 2-0, 1 and 1/5. Fourth win on the season. And win number 20 overall. This is 9-year-old Eastward Old Fun. Judge's inquiry to check to see if all entries received a fair start here in the third. Here in the third, number 1, JG's Fireball had broken equipment before the start of the race. The 1, JG's Fireball, had broken equipment before the start. Their fund, a refund of all tickets sold on the 1, JG's Fireball. Refund on the 1, JG's Fireball. Broken equipment before the start. Refund here in the third on the 1, JG's Fireball. Knee boot was down before the start of the race. Refund on the 1. And third official, JG's Fireball. Finish 5, broken equipment, refund. Dirty Bobby was second. Eastward Old Fun, the winner. Classic Smiley scratched. Cruising again was 4 and Freak Proof third. 30 and 4 minute 1, 1:31 and 1. 2-0-1-1, top the program. 5-2-1, scratched 4-3, 2-0-1-1. Eastward Old Fun. Across the board for the winner, Eastward Old Fun, 430, 360, 210. Dirty Bobby, second. 250, 210, $2.10 on the 6 free proof. Consolation Daily Double, 4 and 1, $3. 4 and 1, $3. For a Consolation Daily Double. Any other tickets on the one? At JG's Fireball have been refunded. The exact 3-2 come back $6.90, $6.90 exact competition. Here in the third, 3, 2, and 6 triacta, the $30 and 20 cents, $30, 20 cents. Yes. Okay. Thank you, buddy. 4 and 3 daily double. It come back $4.90. Entries for the fourth, moving down the backside on their way to Post Parade. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the fourth. Condition field number is 451, last 5. They go for Burst. 1175. MJ Ray, a 3-year-old, by Roll with Harry, owned by Ryder McLean. Andrew McLean does the training. He's in the sulky. 2-0 Stress Nora, a 10-year-old Western Paradise mare, owned by Melanie Patricia LeBlanc. Miss Monica Sutherland in the sulky. 3 is JJ's Knight's Image, owned trained by Eileen Beaton. Between the wheels, it's Mr. Zach Mullins. Got a 4, Popularity. Redmond Doucette gets the call for Avery and Charles Frazier. Next on parade, here's the 6, Real Big. Keegan Madden in the sulky. Marla McKay shares ownership with the trainer Lily Watson. The 6 is Real Big. Here's the 5. Last on post, Whistler, home trained and driven by Sandy McNeil. A field of 6 here in the 4th. And a post time 8:01 down to 5. 5 to go. Entries up, second and final score down to 4 at the windows, 4 to go. My selection here in the 4th, I went to the rail entry. MJ Ray, a 3-year-old by Roll with Harry, owned by Ryder McLean. At Inverness, his dad, Andrew McLean, does the training and the driving. Since arriving here at the Inverness Raceway, he's had 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a 4 thirds, a couple of 5s. A 3-time winner this year, his last start. And the non-winner is 301. He's bumped up a little bit here to the non-winner's 451. He's drawn the rail again for Andrew. He should be very comfortable here. I'll go with the 1. MJ Ray. For second, I went to the 2-0 Stress Nora. No wins. And 14 starts this year, but 5 seconds and 2 thirds, knocking on the door. Pacing right around 201, 202. Should be comfortable here in this non-winner's 451. And for third, I went to the 4 Popularity. Redmond Doucette gets the call from Avery Frazier here this evening. 1, 2, and 4, my call here in the 4th. Down to 2 minutes now, 2 to go. For those of you just arriving, we'll go over the rest of the changes here. In the fifth, number 1 Makes Me Stupid, a scratch 6. Equipment change, it's been posted in race number 6 on the 1. Bet on Lucas, off with the hood with cups. And he goes to an open eye blind. Race number 7 is okay. And of race number 8, equipment change on the 4. What's Up Doc takes off the closed, and he goes to an open and a hood with cups. Down to a minute on post. The entries have been called to the gate. Favorite showing on the board at present time, it's the 1, MJ Ray. 3-time winner this year for Andrew McLean, driving for son Ryder McLean. He's at $6.70. Longest shot on the board, that's the 6, Real Big, and Keegan Madden. Keegan get this Real Big, the 14-year-old by Mr. Big, a good drive. In his last starts, he has 3 seconds and 1/3 for 11 starts this year, but he paced the mile in 2:02 and 3/5. He finished second up to MJ Ray. He'll have to get another good drive here, leaving at a post 6. He's at $21 on the board. Favorite, still the 1, MJ Ray. He's at $6.30. As the entries are called to the gate. Once again, a reminder, please wager early. There's quite a lineup downstairs in the Parimutuel. They gave them a couple of minutes there. The judges gave them a couple of minutes. We're down to 2 now. 2 at the windows. We remind you, please wager early. The entries will be going on post. Our 50-50 on sale here in the Parimutuel. And we'll draw for the winning ticket upon completion of race number 7. Inverness 50-50. It's the best in the Maritimes. Entries moving on the stable turn. Here in the 4th, special hello going out this evening to our 50-50 seller at the North Side, Downs, Laurie, and Turner. Hope you're tuned in this evening. This race is for you. Here's the 4th. Down winners 451 for $11.75. MJ Ray and Andrew McLean. Flick out the light. Zero Stress, Nora, Monica Sutherland, JJ's Knight's Image, Zach Mullins, Popularity. Redmond Doucette, Whistler, Sandy McNeil, and Real Big, and Keegan Madden. Field of 6, they're all on gate. It's post for the 4th. Down off the gate, no way, and MJ Ray. Up front down the lead, Zero Stress, Nora is second, up here 3rd. That is JJ's Knight's Image into the turn now, and MJ Gray up front. Here's JJ's Knight's Image, second on the outside, in 3rd at the rail at Zero Stress Nora. At a 4, Popularity. Whistler, he's 5 on the outside, then Real Big past that opening quarter at JJ's Knight's Image. And Zach Mullins up front now on the lead. MJ Ray is second, Zero Stress Nora. Here's Whistler, 3rd on the outside, 30 seconds by the opening station. And JJ is a Knight's Image up front on the lead. Whistler is second on the outside. MJ Ray is third. 4 on the outside driving that second over cover. It's Popularity. Zero Stress Nora. And then Real Big. A field of 6 has 3 in. It has 3 out. After a half mile, 59 4/5 up front on the lead. That is JJ's Knight's Image. Second on the outside, it's Whistler. In third at the rail, nowhere to go. It's MJ Ray. Popularity is thinking about going 3 deep. Zero Stress Nora, nowhere to go. And then Real Big. Still 3 in, still 3 out. Past that 3/4, and JJ's Knight's Image. He's still up front on the lead. Second in at the rail, MJ Ray. Whistler. Then Popularity. He's in the middle now. 131 3/5 past 3/4. JJ's Knight's Image is going to bring him on home. MJ Ray is second. And looking to the outside through the lanes here, JJ's Knight's Image up to win it. Here's a run by MJ Ray. He'll just be second best. Whistler hooked out the entire mile, hung in for third. JJ's Knight's Image, 2-0, 2-2 here in the fourth. Unofficially 3-1, 5-2, 3-1, 5-2. JJ's Knight's Image. Zach Mullins. MJ Ray was second. Whistler third. Zero Stress Nora finished up 4. 3-1, 5-2. Up and coming in the fifth. Field of 6 cut down to a field of 5. Take out the one makes me stupid. He scratched sec. Heading into the Denmark Acres Water Circle, 9-year-old black pacing horse by Image of Dawn. Yeah, the Western Terror mare, Romantic Terror. This horse was bred by Jamie McKinley. At a Prince Edward Island, he's owned and trained by Eileen Beaton. At a Port Hood, Mr. Zach Mullins got the call here this evening. Third win on the season, win number 17 overall. At 2:02 2/5 officially in the winner's enclosure. Here's the 9-year-old stud, JJ's Knight's Image. And the fourth official, MJ Ray, was second. Zeros, Dress Nora, 4. JJ's Knight's Image, the winner, Popularity, 6. Whistler, third. Real Big finished up 5. 30 seconds past the quarter, 59 and 4, 131 and 3 at 2:02 and 2/5. At JJ's Knight's Image, third win on the season. Zach Mullins in the sulky. Congratulations, Zach. Across the board, 873, 8210. The 1, MJ Ray, 390, 210. The show, the 5, Whistler, 220, 315. Try, 69, 40, 13 or 31. Quinella, $5 even up and coming here in the 5th. Take out the 1, Makes Me Stupid. Justin Turnbull fills in for myself. He calls a couple of races at the Northside Downs for Shane Ryan. And also, he called a race at the Charlottetown Driving Park during Old Home Week. He's going to do race number 5 here for us.
The afternoon's 5th race entries are parading from the lower turn. Scratch the 1, Makes Me Stupid. The 2, AB's Future, is owned by the GG Stone and Max stable. Bernie McDonald is the trainer. Rodney Gillis drives the 2, AB's Future. Three, Custard's Dungeon, for James Struthers and Jamie Struthers. Zach Mullins trains and drives the 3, Custard's Dungeon. 4, Zayden's Luck, is owned by Route 19. Lewis McDonnell trains and drives the 4, Zayden's Luck. 5, JG's Jumanji, is owned and trained by Gussie McLean. Keegan Madden drives the 5, JG's Jumanji. And rounding out the field is the 6, Pumpkin, for Kevin McDonald and Ethan McLean. Kevin McDonald does the training. Travis McLean drives the 6, Pumpkin. Down to 5 minutes to post time here on the afternoon's 5th race. Kicks off Triactor Exactor Win Place Show Wagering. 5 minutes till 5th race post time. Down to 5 minutes to post time here on the afternoon's 5th race. For my top selection, I landed on the 3 entry in here, Custard's Dungeon. He comes in off of a first place finish on August the 20th in 2 minutes 3/5 for driver Zach Mullins. Then 3 starts back, he was a 6th place finisher to Southfield Sandy, charting his own mile in 1:59.04, closing it out in 30-1. He's got 2 wins this season from 12 starts. So for first, I'll go to the 3, Custard's Dungeon and Zach Mullins, as they are currently 9-5. For second in here, I'll go to the 2 entry with AB's Future. Comes off a 3rd place finisher in the optional 5,000 claimer on August the 20th for Rodney Gillis in 2:01 to Zayden's Luck. Closed it out 30-2. 2 starts back, was a 4th place finisher, but started mile in 2 minutes 2/5, closing it out 30-2. Now moves down to the rail position with the scratch of the 1, Makes Me Stupid. So I look to see AB's Future near or close on the lead. So for second, I'll go to the odds-on favorite, AB's Future, as they are currently 4-5. And for third, I'll go to the 4 entry, Zayden's Luck. He is coming off a wire-to-wire score on August the 20th for Lewis McDonnell in 2 minutes flat, closing it out in 30-3. 2 starts back, was a 6th place finisher to sheer gain in 2:01-2. He's got 2 wins this season from 27 starts. So for third, I'll go to the 4, Zayden's Luck, as he is currently 7-2. Stutter calls the horses. It's post time. Afternoon's fifth race lines up behind the B.A. Watson starting gate, scratched down to a field of 5. AB's Future now on the rail for Rodney Gillis. Custard's Dungeon, Zach Mullins. Zayden's Luck, Lewis McDonnell. JG's Jumanji, Keegan Madden. And Pumpkin on the grandstand side for Travis McLean. Fifth race through the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Custard's Dungeon firing out of there for Zach Mullins into the turn. AB's Future along the rail goes second. Zayden's Luck is there third. On the outside fourth is JG's Jumanji. And the early trailer back there fifth. That is Pumpkin. Zach Mullins is up front with Custard's Dungeon. AB's Future goes second. Zayden's Luck can see them third. Fourth is JG's Jumanji. And the early trailer back there fifth. That is Pumpkin. As they arrived at the opening quarter, led by Custard's Dungeon and Zach Mullins, had them over the quarter in 30-2. Custard's Dungeon the leader. AB's Future goes second. Zayden's Luck is there third. JG's Jumanji fourth. And Pumpkin the trailer back there fifth. No right lines as they're coming to the halfway pole. Custard's Dungeon getting all the respect up front. AB's Future there second. Zayden's Luck is there third. JG's Jumanji, she's considering a move to the outside fourth. Pumpkin, the trailer back there fifth. As they're halfway home in 1 minute and 2/5. Custard's Dungeon taking them backstretch bound to 3/4. AB's Future is there second. Zayden's Luck is there third. JG's Jumanji, she's there fourth. And gapping there fifth. That is Pumpkin. Zach Mullins opens up by 2 with Custard's Dungeon. AB's Future is there second. Zayden's Luck angled off the cones third. JG's Jumanji and Pumpkin. 3/4 was up in 1:30-2. Custard's Dungeon, he looks good here in the fifth for Zach Mullins as they're coming with 1/8 of a mile left to go. AB's Future's trying to cut into that lead second. Zayden's Luck and JG's Jumanji as they are coming to the wire. Zach Mullins is going to go wire to wire with Custard's Dungeon. AB's Future up for second. Zayden's Luck is third. JG's Jumanji rounded out the top 4. Custard's Dungeon stopped the clock in 1:59-2. Unofficially, top 4 finishers 3-2, 4-5. Parading back from the lower turn into the Denmark Acres winner's circle here in the afternoon's 5th race is the 3 entry Custard's Dungeon, the 9-year-old bay horse by Custard the Dragon from the All-American Native Dam. She's shiny. For James Struthers from Portmorion and James Struthers from Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. Zach Mullins trains and drives. Third on the season for Custard's Dungeon. That'll be his 16th lifetime. Mile was up in 1:59 and 2. The afternoon's 5th race is now official. Makes Me Stupid was scratched. AB's Future second. Custard's Dungeon the race winner. Zayden's Luck third. JG's Jumanji fourth. And Pumpkin was fifth. Fractions were 30 and 2, 1 minute 2, 1:30 and 2, and time for the mile was 1:59 and 2 for the 3. Custard's Dungeon. Top down your program should read scratch 2-1, 3-4. 5 on the bottom. Custard's Dungeon returned 550, 260, 210. The 2 AB's Future 220 and 210. And the 4 Zayden's Luck $2.10 to show. The exactor for 3 and 2 it paid $7.10. The triactor for 3-2-4 it came in at $14.40. 6th race is up next in 11 minutes. The afternoon 6 race entries now on track. Post Parade, Bet on Lucas, the 1. It's owned by Edward Harvey. Monica Sutherland trains and drives the 1. Bet on Lucas. Two, Woodmere Heather M. for Elena Peterson. Melanie LeBlanc trains. Keegan Madden drives the 2. Woodmere Heather M. Three, Fear the Shadow for the Irish Road Stables. Brian McGinnis trains. Red Doucette drives the 3. Fear the Shadow. 4, Southfield Sandy is owned by Route 19 Racing. Lewis McDonnell trains and drives the 4. Southfield Sandy. 5, Lori Merchandise is owned by Dion Gillis. Ambrose Gillis trains and drives the 5. Lori Merchandise. And rounding out the field is the 6, Rankinville Seamus is owned, trained, and driven by Sandy McNeil. The 6 is Rankinville Seamus. 6 minutes to post time here on the afternoon 6 race.
We're down to 3 minutes now. 3 minutes post time. Here for the 6th. No racing on Sunday here at the Inverness Raceway, our next card of racing. It goes to post our final Wednesday. 7 o'clock is post time. Next Wednesday, 7 o'clock is our post time. Racing at the Northside Downs. They were racing on Saturday afternoon. And 1 o'clock is their post time. All memorial races on the card on Saturday afternoon. I'm talking to track manager Deborah Rankin. The Northside Amateur races, they're on September the 13th. Entries must be in by September the 1st at 12 noon. So any young people wishing to enter, you call the race office, Deborah Rankin at the Northside Downs, or contact Mr. Joe Poirier. there at the Northside Amateur Races, September the 13th. Entries must be in by September the 1st at 12 noon. Entries called up to the gate here in the 6th at the Inverness Raceway. Still have time to get a 50-50. We'll draw upon completion of race number 7. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the 6th condition field. Diameter's 801. $7,000 claiming as an also eligible. They go for purse $1,500. Bet on Lucas on the rail and Monica Sutherland, Woodmere, Heather M. Keegan Madden, Fear the Shadow, and Redmond Doucette. Southfield, Sandy, and Lewis McDonnell. Laurie Merchandise and Ambrose Gillis, Rankinville, Seamus. On the outside, and Sandy McNeil, field of 6. Comes to the top of the lane, racing under the lights here at the Inverness Raceway. Here on Cape Breton Island, field of 6, post time for the 6th. Down off of the gate and away, and Fear the Shadow and Southfield Sandy. Head over into the turn at Southfield. Sandy takes over on the lead. Fear the Shadow drives second. Up here third. That is bet on Lucas. He had a 4 Laurie Merchandise. Up here in 5. Down the backside. On past that opening quarter, and Southfield Sandy, he's up front. Past that opening quarter, 29 1/5. Fear the Shadow is second. Then bet on Lucas. Laurie Merchandise, Woodmere, Heather M. And in the backfield, it's Rankinville, Seamus. On toward the half mile now, no movement yet. Southfield Sandy is comfortable. He's up front by 2.5. Fear the Shadow is second. Bet on Lucas is third. Here's Woodmere, Heather M. The first up on the outside, then Laurie Merchandise and Rankinville, Seamus. 58 3/5, Southfield Sandy. 11-time winner last year, 3-time winner this year. He's up front by 5 on the lead. Fear the Shadow is second, then bet on Lucas and Woodmere, Heather M. Laurie Merchandise. On past that 3/4. And Southfield Sandy still up front. Fear the Shadow is itching in second. 128 past that 3/4. Woodmere, Heather M. Then bet on Lucas. Off the top turn and a drive through the lane. Fear the Shadow's going to take a run through the lane. As Southfield Sandy in at the rail. Fear the Shadow on the outside. And here's Woodmere, Heather M. Fear the Shadow up to win it. Second, Southfield Sandy. Then Woodmere, Heather M. 158 2/5. Unofficially 3-4, 2-1, 3-4, 2-1. The Fear the Shadow, the winner, Southfield Sandy second. Woodmere Heather M was third. Then Benon Lucas finished up 4, 3, 4, and 2. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle is the 8-year-old Baypacing gelding by Shadow Play, the Intrepid Sealster mare, Bale Sealster. This horse was bred by Harry Martin at Hanover, Ontario. He's owned by the Irish Road Stable at a Port Hood. Brian McGinnis is the trainer. Redmond Doucette in the sulky. Good race winning trip, 158 and 2/5 in the winner's enclosure. This is 8-year-old Fear the Shadow. Sixth official, Benon Lucas 4, Woodmere Heather M was 3. Fear the Shadow, the winner, Southfield Sandy second. Laurie Merchandise was 5, and Rankinville Seamus finished up 6. 29 and 158 and 3, 128, 158 and 2. From the top, 431, 256 on the bottom. $7.10 to win on the 3. Fear the Shadow, 342 track, $33.90. Quinella combination, 3 and 4, 4 and 3, $4.80. Up and coming in the 7th. It's a last chance to get a 50-50. We'll draw after this race. Race number 7, first in the late double. It goes as programmed. Over in the 8th. Number 4, What's Up, Doc, goes from a close to an open and a hood with cups. Note number 2, Windermere Best Man, was scratched sick his last start. Our 50-50, we're at 1,500. We're at 1,500. Last call for the 50-50.
What a night it's going to be for harness racing.
Here off and pacing.
They win the Gold Cup in Chaucer.
Great stretch drive here at the Downs.
On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the 7th. Nominators of 1,001 last 5. Also eligible $9,000 claiming. They go for purse. 1,700. The one is La Playa Deo, a 6-year-old Sunshine Beach owned by Erland Campbell. Madison Poirier trains Andrew McLean in the sulky. Malcolm McCacken shares ownership with the trainer Alex Sutherland Jr. Campbell McIsaac in the sulky. The 2. Windermere Don't Matter. Lofty Shadow at a post 3. Redmond Doucette gets the call for Avery Frazier and Charles Frazier. Damn Lucky finished first and second at Charlottetown last week. Had a very successful week. A 10-year-old Cam Luck owned by Dion Gillis, Ambrose Gillis. And 5 is I Got Socks. Anita Gillis shares ownership with the trainer DF Beaton. Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. Short field of 5 in this competitive field. They go for purse 1,700. Last call for the 50-50. My call here in the 7th. I went to the 3. Lofty Shadow. He's been racing the winners over pretty well the entire season here at the Inverness Raceway. He finally gets to drop down, draws post position 3. Redmond Doucette in the sulky. He's a one-time winner this year in 57 1/5. For second, I went to the 5, I Got Socks. He's a 4-time winner this year, 58 2/5 right here at the Inverness Raceway. Anita Gillis shares ownership with the brother DF Beaton. Rodney Gillis in the sulky, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 2/3. 9 out of 14 in the top 3. And for third, I went to the 2, Windermere Don't Matter, Campbell McIsaac for Malcolm McCacken and Alex Sutherland. 3, 5, and 2, my call here in the 7th. It's the first end of the late double exacta triac to win place and show wagering. Last call for that 50-50. The favorite on the board at $3.60. It's the 5, I Got Socks. And a Rodney Gillis, he's a 4-time winner this year, looking for win number 5 on the season. It's your last chance at the windows. No racing on Sunday afternoon. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post next Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock is our post time, 7 o'clock. Next Wednesday evening, that's our final Wednesday evening here at the Inverness Raceway. Then we'll be racing on Sunday afternoon with a 1 o'clock post time for the remainder of the season. We'll be racing 7 or 8 more Sundays. Our final day will be on October 26th or 27th. Entries called to the gate. The entries for the 7th in the hands of your starter, Mr. Sean Tobin. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the 7th condition field. Non-winners of 1,001. Also eligible $9,000 claiming. They go for per 1,700. Field of 5. Comes to the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. La Playa Deo on the rail and Andrew McLean. Windermere Don't Matter. Campbell McIsaac. Lofty Shadow. Out of Redmond Doucette, Damn Lucky, and Ambrose Gillis, I Got Socks. Out of Rodney Gillis. Field of 5. Comes through the lane. Post time for the 7th. Down. Off of the gate, New Way and La Playa Dale. Heads out for the lead. They're stretched out in numerical order 1 to 5 as La Playa Dale heads up front down the lead. Windermere Don't Matter. Second, Lofty Shadow is third. Damn Lucky. And then I Got Socks. Up toward the opening quarter down at Andrew McLean has La Playa Dale, the 6-year-old son of Sunshine Beach. Up front, chopping out the fractions. As second, that is Windermere Don't Matter. Third is Lofty Shadow up here. And 4, that's Damn Lucky. I Got Socks in the backfield, 29 and 4/5. Past that opening station, nobody on the move as of yet in the backfield. Here comes I Got Socks. That's going to flush a few of them out. Heading toward the half mile now. Up front on the lead, La Playa Deo. Second is Windermere Don't Matter. Lofty Shadow is third. Here 4 on the outside. That is I Got Socks. And then Damn Lucky. On towards that 5/8 stern. 59 and 4/5 by the half mile. La Playa Deo. Here's I Got Socks. Second on the outside. Third is Windermere Don't Matter. Lofty Shadow is going to follow I Got Socks. And then Damn Lucky in the backfield. On past 3/4 now. I Got Socks. On the outside, La Playa Deo is racing tough. At the rail, third the outside, Lofty Shadow, Windermere Don't Matter. 1:30 and 4 past 3/4. La Playa Deo. He's still up front down the lead. I Got Socks is second. Up here third. At the rail, Windermere Don't Matter. La Playa Deo. He's going to go wire to wire. I Got Socks is second. Up here third. Windermere Don't Matter. La Playa Deo and Andrew McLean, 1:59 and 1. 159 and 1/5, La Playa Deo, Wire to Wire and Andrew McLean. 1-5, 2 and 3, La Playa Deo, the winner. I Got Socks was second. Windermere Don't Matter, third. Lofty Shadow finished up 4. 1-5, 2, 3. We're going to draw for that 50-50. We'll have the winner for you momentarily. Heading in to the Denmark Acres winner circle. Six-year-old B-Pacing gelding by Sunshine Beach at the Western Hanover Mare. See and Be Seen. Delavalto Farms LIC out of New Jersey did the breeding. It's owned by Erland Campbell at Inverness. Madison Poirier does the training. Andrew McLean took no prisoners. Off the engine, a Wire to Wire, 159 and 1/5, fourth win on the season, win number 12 overall. La Playa Deo, 159 and 1. And the seventh official, La Playa Deo, the winner. Windermere Don't Matter, 3. Lofty Shadow, 4. Damn Lucky, 5. I Got Socks finished up second. 29 and 4, 59 and 4, 130 and 4, 159 and 1. Top the program, it should read 1, 3, 4, 5, 2 on the bottom. 159 and 1/5. La Playa Deo and Andrew McLean, 1060, 250, 220. The 5, I Got Socks was second, 250, 210. 210 to show on the 2. Windermere Don't Matter. Exacta 1 and 5, 50-50. Triacta 1, 5 and 2, $168.20. Up and coming. It's the winner's over. It's a go-home pace. They go for purse $2,000. The 4 What's Up Doc goes from a closed to an open bridle and a hood with cups. And the winner of the 50-50, Pinky Sydney. Out of Sydney, Pinky Sydney $1,640. Congratulations. Your approximate daily double odds. She's Coast Invader 15. Windermere Best Man 113. Betty White 22. What's Up Doc 75. Sure Gain 226. On parade from the lower turn entries here in the winners over the go-home pace for 2000 and East Coast Invader Monica Sutherland. The 2 is Windermere Best Man. Beverly McIsaac shares ownership with the driver Danny Gillis. Up in 3, Betty White, owned by Darlene and Brock McClellan. Zach Mullins out. The 4, What's Up Doc, has Redmond Doucette for John McClellan. And the 5 is Sure Gain, owned by DF for beating Rodney Gillis in the sulky. Pinky Sydney, the winner of the 50-50, $1,640. My selection here in the 8th. Here in the 8th, I'm going to go with the 1 East Coast Invader. Finally got a win on the season, 58 4/5. Little cooler air getting on to the fall now. And East Coast Invader seems to like that cool air. He's an 8-year-old by Roll with Harry. One-time winner just last week in 58 4/5. He's drawn the rail for owner-breeder Todd Sutherland, owner-trainer driver Monica Sutherland. For second, I went to the 2 Windermere Best Man. Danny Gillis shares ownership with Beverly McIsaac, a 4-time winner, the best being in 57 3/5. And for third, I went to the 3, Betty White, by Darlene and Brock McClellan. 5 wins and 2 seconds on the season from 11 starts, 57 4/5 for the 4-year-old gray mare by Arthur Bluechip. 1, 2, and 3, my call here for the 8th. And we're down to 3 minutes. The favorite on the board at $2.50. That is the gray. Betty White. Betty White is the favorite at $2.50. The longest shot on the board, that's the 5, Sure Gain, and a Rodney Gillis. No racing on Sunday. Our final Wednesday is next Wednesday, 7 o'clock is our post time. Then we'll race until October the 26th. Entries moving on the stable turn. Here in the 8th, winners over. They go for a purse $2,000 and a field of 5. It's your go home pace. East Coast Invader on the rail and Monica Sutherland at $16.10. Windermere Best Man and Danny Gillis, Betty White, and Zach Mullins. What's up, Doc? Redmond Doucette, Sure Gain, and Rodney Gillis. The winner's over. You go home pace for $2,000. Field of 5 comes to the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. Down off the gate and away, and Windermere Best Man heads out for the lead. Betty White second in the middle, third on the outside. That is What's Up Doc, and 4 at the rail. It's East Coast Invader. He hit a 5. That's Sure Gain. Up the backside toward the opening quarter down, and Windermere Best Man is up front on the lead, driving second, popping in the 2-hole. That is What's Up Doc. Betty White is third at a 4, East Coast Invader, and the trailer is Sure Gain. On past that opening quarter down, and Windermere Best Man and Danny Gillis past that opening quarter, 28 2/5. Driving second, that is What's Up Doc. Betty White is third, East Coast Invader. He's on the move at a 4. Sure Gain's going to follow him. The half mile, it's up and coming. Up front on the lead, Windermere Best Man second. What's Up Doc? Here's Betty White boldly out here to race first up. East Coast Invader's going to get the good toe here second. Then Sure Gain is in the backfield, 58 2/5. Up the backside and the 3/4 up and coming now, and Windermere Best Man. He's still up front on the lead. What's Up Doc is second. Betty White is third on the outside from 4. It's East Coast Invader, then Sure Gain. On past that 3/4, Windermere Best Man. He's going to be tough to beat now. What's Up Doc is itching in here second. Sure Gain gets a free ride through the rail. 128 1/5 past 3/4. Windermere Best Man. He's going to bring him on home for Danny Gillis. What's Up Doc? He's here second through the lanes. Windermere Best Man. Sure Gain is on the far outside, but Windermere Best Man to win it. Sure Gain second. Up here third. What's Up Doc? 157 4. Windermere Best Man, wire to wire. Owned by Beverly McIsaac and driver Danny Gillis. 157 4. Sure Gain up second. And a Rodney Gillis. Third, What's Up Doc. Redmond Doucette. Fourth, it's the 1. East Coast Invader and Awanica Sutherland. 2-5, 4 and 1. Unofficially here in the 8th. And officially from the lower turn, 7-year-old Bippies and Gilding by Militias at the Art Escape Mare Art of Blanche. His horse was bred at the Windermere Farms in Prince Edward Island. Beverly McIsaac at a Fairview, Prince Edward Island, shares ownership with the driver Danny Gillis. 157 and 4/5, fifth win on the season, win number 25. Overall, good race winning trip, 157 and 4 in the winner's enclosure. A 7-year-old Windermere Best Man.